Thinking. This is a philosophy class, number 104. We're going to help you think better. We're going to analyze the way people think and take a look at our own thoughts. This is the textbook. It's called The Concise Guide to Critical Thinking by Louis Vaughn. You won't find it in this binding like this unless you have it done. I had mine taken to a bookbinder, and they did that for me because I'm moving it about a lot. But so, at any rate, my name is Doug Beatty, and I'm the professor for this class. And I'm going to just introduce the class to you. In this, you'll be doing summaries of videos. I want to make sure you're looking through them and reading the textbook. So here we are. This is my family, so some of you may have met any of these people. This is me right here, and this is my lovely wife, Randy. She teaches at the English department at LCC. I've been teaching at LCC now for 13 years. World Religion, New Testament Survey, Basic Ethics. And these are my children. The oldest is Rachel with her 3 girls, David, and with his daughter here, Willow, and Alexandria is not in the picture. And this is Joshua and his wife, Genesis. So here we all are. I just thought that way you can put a face to what you're hearing. All right, my life is geared up in teaching of all sorts. I teach at a church. My professional life here, Westside Christian Church. It's west of the college, right at 3 miles on Main Street. I've been teaching here, as I said, for 13 years or so, and I work with the community through the Lions Club, the Chamber of Commerce, the Ministerial Association. Been married for 37 years. And continue with a pretty decent life. So been challenged. We've been hit with a lot of things, but I enjoy sharing this information on critical thinking and the other classes that I teach. So if you're interested in those, you can look me up. I'm going to go over the syllabus just briefly. In it, you can find it, first of all, in the red zone. You can see the syllabus. You can have it printed out or just look at it in red zone itself. Just want to point out, well, we don't have keep attendance on online classes if you go more than 2 weeks with no contact. That is, you didn't submit any grades, you didn't participate in any of the discussion boards, you didn't contact me through email. You're probably going to fail the class. And I'll probably drop you, and I'll let you know. But don't drop unless there's, I'd be willing to work with you. Don't just fade out. I'm making this as accessible as possible. And I think you'll find critical thinking isn't as hard as maybe you might have first thought it would be. Participation is a must. First of all, you'll be doing posts on the discussion board in red zone. We'll take a picture of red zone here in a minute. With that, you need to add to the discussion. First of all, you'll do a post about a question that I present to you, an idea. Your first post will be about 100 words or more. It needs to be that or more. You won't get full points. And then you need to reply to a couple other posts, okay? So that is part of your participation. There'll be more than one a week, so you'll be on there quite a bit. Assignments will all be submitted through Red Zone. First assignment you need to do, though, is just email me. I want to make sure we're making contact. If I am talking to you about your grades, it's got to be through the LCC email server. I can't do it through Gmail or Yahoo or whatever. I will not, in fact, and I won't accept anything through those. It needs to be through the LCC email that you have been given. And grades are based on points, so you want to be a point squirrel and gain as many as possible. I will give extra credit at times if I feel like this is really well done. You've formulated everything right. You've gone above and beyond. I don't, when I'm asking for a 4-page paper, if that were to be the case, I don't want an 8-page paper. That's not what I'm looking for. I don't want to read any more than you want to write. However, if it's done really well and a little extra can go a long way. So I will allow for editing if you want to get a better grade. You need to let me know though, and you must turn it on time in the first place. So be aware and observe the time and due dates of all of your assignments. All assignments are to be turned in an MLA8 writing style format. I will be going over that with you here and through a practice paper. So there is a practice paper you'll be submitting to me so that you can see how it's done and maybe how it's not done. All assignments need to not be in PDF or Google Docs or anything like that. Just Word doc and RTF is workable. It'll submit through Red Zone. No late work. First, take the attendance quiz. There is a simple 1-question quiz, and then there's a syllabus quiz. It goes over the things that are there so that you know what to expect for this class and what I will and will not do for you. So to get an A, you got to complete all the major assignments, final paper, and final exam. So you can't just skip things and expect to get the highest marks. Okay, so here we are. I said I would mention the practice paper, so let's just write something and send it to me through Upload in Red Zone. That is the practice paper for your email. When you go to coursework, if you click right here, this is the coursework. You'll find a list of, and I can't do that while I'm making this video, so it's been a little challenge. And this is for a different class, so I haven't created everything yet for this particular class, but it's set up the same way. So click on coursework and notice the assignments for each week. That's where they'll be listed very clearly, due dates with all the information there in that coursework chamber. Also, if you scroll down, and for this class, whoops, I went backwards. Let's see if I can, well, at any rate, we can still use it off this line. If you scroll down further, and it's not on this particular page, but there's week 1, week 2, week 3 sort of thing for the different lessons that we're doing. You can look in that, and that also gives you information for this class. So I'm just seeing if I can back up. I don't seem to be able to. So this is what Red Zone looks like, and different things there for coursework. Discussion board is here, and click on that. You'll get into the discussion board questions. Here's an MLA8 study guide or guidelines for papers. It is not a study guide. There is a video there if you need help. If you want to know what MLA8 paper looks like, we'll go over that. I'll show it to you and describe some things therein. Very. All right, just go on to the next one. Why critical thinking? Socrates is a guy we use. You'll see him a couple times. He said that I can't teach anyone anything, I can only make them think. Socrates was really good at asking questions and creating a desire for people to want to answer him and challenge him, and he challenged you. So this is a depiction of him. He is the guy that did drink the poison. He did it willingly because he felt like he had a contract with the city the Greek city of Athens. But anyway, why think critically? I want you to think better and do better. It applies to all areas of life. It is not just for this class. Critical thinking skills will help you in every class you take here on. And it'd be a great advantage to work at this class. It'll help you for the rest of your life. Critical thinking. I want you to have a fulfilling life, to live life to the fullest, and to be able to better defend against fallacies. You know, the FBI challenges their guys to not look at fallacies. Don't look for bad things. Let's focus just on say a $100 bill. You probably don't have one before you, but if you did, the FBI has have their agents look at the $100 bill, examine it, look at all the details, the little tiny numbers in the corners, and anything, fold it in this way and put it up to the light and see what it does and doesn't do, and different things. They have them look at the $100 bill so well that when they see a fallacy, when they see a bill that has been made by someone else other than the United States government, they recognize it. They want to be able to know when there are fake bills on the loose. They do that with other bills as well. I can do kind of the same thing with silver coins. I can see a silver coin from a distance. I over the years have done that ever since I was a kid. You can hear the difference. You feel the difference. They actually smell different. But fallacies have an odor to them. And the better you are at understanding good arguments and good thinking, the better you will be able to distinguish bad arguments and bad thinking. So we're going to focus on the good ones, work on the others as well. Well, look forward to doing this with you and working you through it. This practice paper that I want you to do is just something about yourself, or whatever it doesn't have to be about yourself. You can write about tuna fish if you care. You can write about the Arctic Ocean. I don't care. The idea is that you are showing me just that you know what MLA8 looks like, and you have all the right pieces in place. So I told you that there was going to be an example of an MLA8 paper. This has a flaw on it, and I'm going to point it out to you. First of all, well, the flaw is this. There's more than a double space here. Now, if it said works cited here, that would be allowable, but it does not. So it should have only the double spaces here. This is extra. And so we're not wanting any extra spaces. Notice from your heading, this is your heading. It has my name, or your name rather, my name, the class that you're in, and the date. Those 4 items are on the upper left-hand side of every paper you turn in, and it's only on the first page. Notice this, your page number, it will show up on every page with your last name. If your last name is Smith, it will say Smith 1. You'll have to type in Smith, okay? You'll have to type in Rodriguez, or whatever your name may be in front of that number. But it needs to be here with no fancy little lines or insignias or anything. This is your title, and then your wording. There's no extra spaces between title, no extra spaces between the heading or anything else. And it is all justified. Notice I start with an indentation. All these things are part of MLA8. And I will have you look at that MLA8 guideline in the portal on Red Zone if you don't get it right. I will count off 20%, yes, 20% if you get these things wrong, any of them. So let's say you leave out the page number. You started at an 80%, and every other thing I grade is less than that I mark off. So get your full MLA8 correctly, and you'll be good to go. How to study for the class, prepare like any other. You're supposed to 3 hours um, for each hour of class that you're in class, 3 hours outside. You'll get through the book, you'll understand the concepts. Look up words. We're going to run into some words you've never heard before, most likely, and look them up. I've been doing this for 13 years. I've been teaching for over 30 years, and I still have to look things up. So don't feel bad about it. Don't feel stupid. We're all in a learning process. I love to learn and I love to teach. So here we go.